Hello everyone. Okay, coming back to another video from Pathfinder Tuition. Okay, this series of videos that I will be talking about today will be mainly focusing on exam preparation. And of course, at the same time, I'm going to share some of the myths about exam preparation. And in today's video, this particular video, we are going to talk about for mathematics. Okay, then the other few videos that I'm going to talk about later, one will be talking about sciences. The other will be talking about just exam preparation in general. Okay, so let's get started. So we talk about studying for mathematics, and I'm quite sure many of you are already in the midst of examination, or if not already have done your examination for the secondary 4, or even for the primary 6, which just happened, you have done your prelims. And right now you are actually preparing for your PSLE or O-level. So when we talk about studying for mathematics, at this point, if let's say you are already working towards your PSLE or O-level, you will find that these tips over here might really change the way you look at exam preparation, especially for mathematics. And of course, moving forward, if you are still going to JC or you're going to secondary school next, this video will still continue to help you in the next round of examination. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing about studying for mathematics, as I would say, is myth number 1, okay, is to work on your weak topic, right? Actually, you might have heard from the teacher that, okay, I'm extremely weak in fraction and percentage, or for secondary school, maybe I'm extremely weak in graphs. So what happens is that you will just say that, okay, for the next few months or for the next 1 month before my examination, I'm just going to work on those weak topics. But the thing that I want to point out to you at this point is this, okay, the time is always your enemy. Why do I say that? Because if you look at it, right, time taken to do the revision is going to be dependent on your familiarity of the topic, as well as how are you able to recap the facts fast enough, as well applying to the question. If let's say you have already stated that particular topic you are very weak in, so then I will say that there might not be any point for you to work on them immediately, because the thing is that strong topic maybe you will do an hour a day, but weak topic maybe you will take 10 hours every day. So the thing is that when you talk about the quantity of things that you can revise, you will find that the weak topic usually will take a lot more time, which also means to say that you will neglect your strong topic. Yes, you will neglect your strong topic, which might means to say that if you have forgotten how to do your strong topic, coming to the examination, there might be a case where you will not score for your strong and you will not score for your weak topic. So this is one point to take note, especially revising for mathematics. After all, mathematics is a very muscle memory kind of topic. So you need frequencies and you need constant exposure in order to get better or remember how to do them. So if you are just gunning for your weak topic, that might actually eat up time to prepare for your strong topic as well. Because you are strong, it does not mean that you can tackle it if you forgotten how to do it. So I will urge everyone to think again before you just work on your weak topic. Okay, second thing about exam preparation, especially for mathematics, is because math is a practice-based kind of thing. So as a result of that, your parents or your peers might actually start telling you, okay, just do your past year paper, okay, get familiar, and then eventually you will be able to score well for your examination. Because once again, I said math is a muscle memory topic. So, but the thing is that if you think about it, not forgetting that your past year paper questions, I will term it as it's like a rojak. So why I say it's a rojak? Because past year paper is a collection of all the different topics in the same paper. And in the paper, they will not segregate into the topic, what topic is supposed to be. Like, is it talking about fraction? Is it talking about percentage? Is it talking about pie chart? Or is it talking about graphs? So on and so forth. So it's a collection of all the different types of questions because it's your final exam. The thing is that if you are not ready for this kind of final exam or this kind of mixture, doing past year paper will actually make you even more confused. And not forgetting that past year paper, in some schools, they are used to segregate the better and the weaker students. Sometimes it's actually done that way. So as a result of that, if let's say you're not ready for the more difficult question, doing past year paper really will not help you to a large extent. So you will say that, oh, but don't worry, I have the solution. I just need to refer to the solution. But the thing is that you might understand it, but it's different from you understanding how to do it yourself. Getting the first step might usually be the most difficult part. So the thought process is the training that you need, not the recalling of the solution. Okay, so to me, I think past year paper is just a plate of rojak. Okay, myth number 3. When I'm doing my revision, I want to study with my stronger peers who are better in mathematics than me. But let me, at this point, alert you a little bit. Your peers might or might not be able to help you because your peers are actually, like yourself, a learner. But the thing is that, what are the things that they need to tell you in order to help you to understand? They might not be able to do it because the fact that they might not know what are the things they need to share with you first before you can understand the answers itself. So they might not be better necessarily to help you to understand what you don't know. So end up, they might just be sharing with you like a audio form of a solution book. They will just tell you that, oh, step 1 is like that, step 2 is like that. But the thing is that they might not be able to explain to you why they think that way. It just happened. So you might want to be careful when you're starting with your peers who are better. So one thing I want to share is that knowing how to do is really different from teaching someone. So even sometimes I share it with my teachers, I say that math not necessarily is a very easy to teach topic, because the thing is that this subject might need you to be able to guide the learner up to a certain point before you let go, and then the learner can be independent and do it themselves. But the thing is that if you do not know how to give the correct thinking process, but instead you are just giving solution, which I can tell you 99% of teachers are doing that. So with that, then you will find that your learning doesn't take place, because you can tell a teacher that I have gone through this question with you, but the thing is that I have gone through this question with you, but how come when I do the next question, right, I'm still unable to do it in the exam? So it's a very common thing. And that might be because that when you're learning it, you didn't learn the thinking process, you learn the solution, which is unique to that question. So when you do another question, if you are unable to twist the thinking process to fit another question, you will not be able to do it still. Okay, myth number 4. You want to go fast, so I will tell my teacher that I will skip a lot of steps. I will skip to the point of the fact that it will just give maybe even the final solution, which I've seen before. So in primary school, this is very, very common. You can do that. You can even don't write any working at all, and then you can pop out the answer, because everything can be done mentally. But when it comes to secondary school, you can't do that because the working are a lot more complex. So if you start to skip steps, then you find that you might not be able to understand even yourself what exactly is happening, what did I thought of in the previous round or the previous working that I did. So this might be a very dangerous thing to do. So my suggestion is that, right, in order to be able to backtrack, you might not want to skip too many steps. Right? Writing down the steps clearly is not only to help the teacher to understand working, but it's to help you to understand working. If let's say you need to redo, you are lost, you don't know what to do, you know which point you want to start again. If you never write down any step, then basically you are in for trouble. There's no track for you to backtrack. You are basically restarting the question all over again. And in the exam, you might not have the time to do it. Okay, myth number 5 is this. The day before my examination, I'm going to do at least one more set of practice paper, because the more I get exposed to, the better I can be. But the thing is that you might not be too happy to understand or find out that there are questions that you don't know how to do. Yeah, then you start flipping through a solution, you might be thinking that, oh, lucky I found a question that I didn't know how to do. It appeared in the exam, at least I've seen the solution now, I should be able to do now. But the thing is this, your emotion state might be affected because you found a question that you don't know how to do. So when you go to a better, you might not want to feel like you are a loser because there are questions that you don't know how to do, but rather you want to feel confident. So in actual fact, I would say that do not get yourself exposed to questions that you don't know how to do the day before your exam. You should go in with a lot of confidence so that you can actually breeze through the problems in the questions itself. But you don't want to be learning new stuff the day before your examination, at least not for mathematics. So please refrain from doing past year paper the day before your examination. You might want to do that before, and then for the very last day that you are revising for, right, just look through the past work will do, and then try to understand the thinking process. In fact, I would say that you don't need to redo the question again. Just look at the question, think about the thought process, then you open up and see whether you are right. Look at the solution, see whether you are right. Okay, so the thing is that do not actually do passive paper the day before. Just reinforce your learning, okay, from the previous content will do. So I think that is the most important. Okay, I hope these 5 myths about mathematics can actually help you in progressing for the next 2 to 3 weeks, because your exam will be around the corner. But the main thing to remember is that whether you are preparing for the upcoming exam or you're preparing for future exam, for mathematics, this is, once again, as I shared in the previous video, a marathon. It is never a one-time thing, one-time effort. Last 3 months, last 3 weeks, I do something about it, and then hoping that I will get my A1 or my AL1 for that matter. So never think of it that way. It is a consistent process, not a one-time effort. So must remember that. Okay, that will be the end for the video. I hope this is helpful to everyone. If let's say you like the video, please help me to like, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you again in the next video.